Okay, we're looking at problem number 2. And before we look at problem number 2, let's go back and let's look at some properties of inequalities. So, the solutions of an inequality are the numbers that make it true. The properties you use for solving inequalities are similar to the properties you use for solving equations. However, when you multiply or divide each side of an inequality by a negative number, you must reverse the inequality symbol. So, transitive property states that if A is greater than B and B is greater than C, then A has to be greater than C. Addition. A is greater than B, then A plus C is greater than B plus C. If A is greater than B, then A minus C is greater than B minus C. And so on and so forth. Multiplication is the same. If A is greater than B and C is greater than 0, then A times C is greater than B times C. If A is greater than B and B is less than 0, then A times C is less than B times C, because we're talking about negatives here. And then division. If A is greater than B and C is greater than 0, then A over C is greater than B over C. And if A is greater than B and C is less than 0, then A over C is less than B over C. Okay? And they talk about why it works for flipping the inequality. So let's look at an example. So we have, what is the solution of negative 3 times 2x minus 5 plus 1 is greater than or equal to 4? Then they want us to graph the solution. So I'm going to solve it just like I would in a regular equation, but I have this an inequality instead. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute, and I get negative 6x plus 15 plus 1 is greater than 4. Next, I'm going to add my like terms of 15 and 1, and I get negative 6 plus 16 is greater than or equal to 4. Then I'm going to subtract both sides by 16, and when I do that, my 16 crosses out over here, and I'm left with negative 6 is greater than or equal to negative 12. Now I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 6. When I divide by a negative 6, my inequality will flip, so I get x is less than or equal to 2. And so if I graph it, I have a closed dot at 2, and I'm going to the left. Let's look at guided number 2. I've written it here on my whiteboard. And the first thing that I'm going to do also is I'm going to distribute. So I get negative 2x minus 18 plus 5 is greater than or equal to 3. Then I'm going to combine my like terms, and I get negative 2x minus 13 is greater than or equal to 3. Then I'm going to add 13 to both sides, and I get negative 2x is greater than or equal to 16. Next, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. Whenever I divide by a negative, I'm always going to flip my inequality, so I get x is less than or equal to negative 8. So if I graph it, I have 0, then this is 1, 2, and so on and so forth. This is negative 1, negative 2, blah, 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 and you see negative 8. And so if it is less than, I have a closed dot less than or equal to, I'm going to be going in this direction. So everything's shaded over here. I hope this helps.